Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, where I'm excited to be sharing with you highlights from our favorite episodes with designer Susan Shand. And later on, we will be taking a look at an exciting episode that will air next season. Please join us. Susan Shand is one of my favorite designers to work with. We have visited numerous projects of hers over the years, and they never fail to impress. Let's take a look at an incredible Ojai villa that Susan has spent over 2 years working on.
So I'm so glad you're here today.
Oh, me too. This is a fantastic place. Look at this. This is your vision you had for so many times and so long. And
this has been a labor of love for 2 years. That's why you didn't see me well, you saw me all the time picking up things, but this home took about 2 years to make. It was from scratch. And so it was just basically a dirt plot that the owner had found with the most amazing views, which you'll see soon. And every little item in this home was picked with love and fun. And I think we have too much fun doing what we do.
I think you do have an amazing vision and fun. I have fun selling it to you.
It should be illegal. So what more do you want to know about this particular entry?
You know, you were telling me you do a Spanish, colonial, Mediterranean look, and you said it's completely different than anything else. So maybe you can tell the viewers, what is the major difference? I can see it already, you told me, but tell them.
So when you came in from the outside, Tom Meany was the architect, beautiful Mediterranean design. Mediterranean usually goes darker. This home, as you can see, is very much Shand design. It's not dark at all. It's all of the light elements, the light rugs, the light wood ceilings, this limestone you'll see throughout the house, and as we walk outside and by the pool area, this lovely chunks of this gorgeous limestone is all in a very light color. It could have been dark, which is typical of the Mediterranean. The wrought iron work that you see was by Raul Flores, who's a local Santa Barbara artisan.
Oh, amazing guy.
And we worked hand in hand. He's so brilliant, and all of these light fixtures that were done were all sort of handmade, and it's all a collaboration. I mean, everything, down to even the handrails. We sat with the owners and we talked about how many squiggles we wanted in the handrails. Don't make it too squiggly. And so what you're finding is sort of a mix of a contemporary, Mediterranean, but not really, modern farmhouse.
All right, so you were talking about Mr. Flores doing the railings, and off of that goes the tiles.
Oh yes, okay, so NS Ceramics in town. Again, I love to use the local people. Nola does beautiful work, and she worked with us on these very, I'd say more Moroccan style tiles, and the colors we hand-picked with the owner themselves to mix with the browns and the creams and the golds of the house, and also the exterior of this beautiful home, which are the mountains of this town, Ojai. And as you go up the steps, you'll see that there's a piece that Holroyd, who does amazing glass work. I think one of the few artisans that still does this beautiful stained glass work. And we didn't want typical stained glass, so we had the metal made in conjunction with Raul. And in a sense, if you look at the metal carefully on those windows, you'll see the same formations that you see in the tiles.
The arabesque globe, that looks exactly like
that.
Yes.
And then we took those tile colors and we sat painstakingly, I might add, but with fun again, and we matched all of those colors in those tiles to match the stained glass.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's what you get at the end result.
It's beautiful.
Is that stained glass window.
Perfection.
Thank you, and you'll see stained glass windows a little bit throughout the house, but most of them are clear. The only one that's got color is this one.
And that has a nice shape.
Yeah.
It's the same shape as the fountain that I've seen pictures of many times, but here it is in real.
This is a fun fountain. This fountain, again, the tile that you see on the inside and outside matches the tile on the fountain on the outside when you walk into the outside of the surroundings. And this particular pot, you'll probably see several pictures of me going through, maybe 7 or 8 pots. One ended up cracking in the process, but this was the final perfect pot to match the colors in the tile. In the back of this. And this is just a lovely way for when the clients come home at night, they turn their lights on, their fountain's always bubbling. And generally during the summer, both the front door and back door are open to the inside and outside. And you've got the gurgling of the fountain. It's
beautiful. I've
heaven.
seen a lot of these Moorish style fountains in outdoors. Never seen it indoors actually. That's beautiful.
We'll see one outside later.
All right, love to. Okay, so where do we go from here?
Let's go into the kitchen.
Love to. All right, here in the kitchen and my favorite room. All right, Susan, here we go.
Mine too. And you know, Michael, this client, their family big family. They love to have parties. They love to cook. There's a chef in the family, so it was very important that this stone be very, very durable. So it's quartzite. It's the toughest of all stones. They can knock a pan on this and do whatever they need, but they also wanted this kitchen to be inviting. And so it takes us to this fun light fixture, which was from a company called Hubbardton Forge. It's handmade. And this is done in Vermont. And
here in the United States, nice.
Came in a giant crate the size of a car. And as you can see, Tomini did a wonderful job of doing the ceiling feature with this niche in the ceiling.
Yes.
So we needed something to ground the kitchen and still bring us kind of up to the heavens.
It's beautiful, yes. And I like the size of this island, you know, it's
over
you
10
could do damage in here, you know, you
it's
can
over
cook
10
for 50
feet.
people. It really is?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful. And I see you have nice appliances, everything's set, thermodor. And
pantry to do all the fun coffee making and keep all the mess in there and the rest of the mess out here.
Very light and airy. You have a lot of windows around, but yet still you have light inside. It's very amazing. It just doesn't look too much. It looks appropriate.
Bringing it inside out, and the farmhouse sink to make it again feel not Mediterranean but more country.
It's fantastic. And you have the vegetable garden you planted out
Oh
there.
yeah, I want to show you that.
I love
we could pick
vegetables.
some basil.
There you go.
And then under the stove, we've got the gorgeous, again, tile that was from NOLA that we worked with from NS Ceramics.
And the backslash takes away from the Moorish style up front.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
nice.
Good. And again, more of these types of light fixtures, the chandeliers, also from the company that made this large chandelier here.
All right, out of the kitchen, now we have a bowl out here. This is very colorful.
Well, I love the reds. This is an artist, Sherry Bellison. She's now been actually in Arizona for the last 27 years. She's at also Elizabeth Gordon Gallery. It's oil on canvas, and the whole idea of bringing the bowl into the, it's fun. He's a Taurus who owns the house, so it's got that sort of zodiac concept, but the red, as you start to look at the living room, you'll start to see how I pulled some of the red pillows in, the red rugs, and then of course there's the bullfighter in the piece of art
The other
to
side of
play
the
again
room.
on the other side of the room. And this is interesting, when you build a house from scratch, which you know, you get to do all these fun little niches and nooks. If you have a piece of furniture you fall in love with in advance, which I always fall in love with furniture from the design center, find a piece of furniture we love and then actually measure the wall, work with the contractor, who is Barry Gordon in this case, to build around that piece.
This is one of your specialities I've
this
seen
was-
in your house,
yes,
actually,
yeah.
which you did the niches
Niches
specifically
for
for the
yeah.
certain piece of furniture. Very clever
But this
and
is a
unusual.
sweet bowl
This is a nice one. And I'm glad he's afraid as
of that
the
bullfighter.
other side is
yeah.
the bullfighter. So keep here, it's fine. No, we'll put them
It's
next to
safe.
each other. Yeah,
It's safe.
All right, where do we go from here?
Okay, let's go. Let's walk into the living room. I'll show you the other bullfighter and we'll go from there. Let's go have a drink.
Oh, perfect time of the day. There you go.
So, custom bar. These tiles are porcelain stone that are from Ann Sachs. I just love these, and I love them so much actually that I put them all
Oh, in the
behind.
back of the chairs
So
too.
the
There you
stone follows
go.
all the way through. And this was a lovely little spot to put a bar so that it's part of the kitchen, part of the playroom, part of the outside, which we'll go to next. And it becomes a family gathering area. And of course, they have Don Malachi, the best tequila from
Oh, really?
Baja, you know, so you got to have that. And then let's walk into the living room and see.
All right, let's take the drink and
Let's have a
go.
drink with us.
All right.
But the red pops that you saw earlier in the paintings, these were all custom pillows from the rugs you see in the hallways.
Connected here with the Moroccan rugs. There you go.
And this table was an antique door. This is the only piece of, this is the only thing that's actually Japanese in the entire house, even though I wouldn't call it that because it's an old wood, but we actually put a glass frame on this on top and then framed it with the actual iron to match the iron throughout the
And the
house.
iron
that
is from Raoul too,
Raul
probably.
Flores, who did all the lighting here.
Yes.
So that's
Fantastic.
a part
I
of
love
it.
your pillows. Those mud cloths are fantastic.
Yeah, a little bit
You
of-
brought so many different things from so many different places. I mean, that's Japanese. These are Moroccans. Those are from Mali, Africa. This is from Indonesia.
Yeah, that's right there.
Those are from Santa Barbara. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
And
You have
we're
the
from
whole
Santa
world.
Barbara.
And tequila from Mexico. There you go. Yes.
Let's go in the dining room, by the way. This swara table, you said it's from Indonesia.
Actually, I have been to the place that they harvest that and they process it. It is in the middle of Java, and it's a town called Solo, out of all places. It's amazing, and those trees are ginormous. And you said, as this, you know, is it old? Well, you know, they pre-planted, and in Asia everything grows fast, so they're actually economic and they're environmental friendly.
It's such a beautiful piece of wood. I loved even the crack in it that makes it feel like it's just so organic.
And it grows actually in our climate. Since it's dry,
Yeah.
it just gets a little bit bigger, the crack.
Yeah, don't say that. My clients will hate me if it starts to fall apart.
No, it's beautiful. It's natural. It's beautiful.
Michael, the last thing I'd like to share with you is the openness of this house. Everything is indoor, outdoor. So as we walk forward, I'm going to open up all the doors because they all open entirely into the walls. This way, the entire house feels like you can catch a bird in it like you did today.
Oh, yes, that bird was fantastic.
Birds just come on in.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let me show you. Go outside.
Oh,
so this is the indoor-outdoor living I was speaking about. And because they have so many wonderful family events, this is where they come to watch Super Bowl Sunday. We'll talk about the fireplace out here, and they could sit out here and watch the game. And look at this giant double farmhouse table. This can actually be split apart, so they have two in case they ever.
People.
But for a big Thanksgiving dinner, I've seen this set up for Thanksgiving. It's gorgeous. Pizza oven, a full-on grill. You've got your wonderful lighting by Flores out here. You've got heating lamps in the ceiling. You've got fans when it gets hot. You couldn't be more.
It's not called outdoor living. It's called living.
It's living. It's living. Let me walk you.
beautiful.
Let me show you the pool too, because this is all part of it. So this is all the same Andalusia. This is the great limestone tile that we carried in from the outside.
And it
Inside,
looks
outside.
inside, outside, or outside going inside. Either way,
outside.
it's beautiful.
And look at this view.
To die for. Literally, that's the reason people live here.
And this is where I spent 2 years of my office time, and it was a great place to come every morning. So had a hard time leaving.
I can imagine that.
It was all
It's
over.
a fabulous place, and it's just unbelievable views. And you said about something about the land that
Yeah, this land can't be developed, so it'll always look like the Ponderosa.
unbelievable. So it's not going to be like a development around the
No,
corner
you
up
won't
there.
see another house anywhere.
High rise over
No.
there. No, oh wow. Wasn't that incredible? After the break, we will be highlighting a beautiful Moncito cottage with Susan. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Santa Barbara Design Center presents Hooker Furniture. Come tour the Hooker Furniture collection at our fabulous Santa Barbara Design Center showroom, 410 Olive Street.
We live in one of the most beautiful locations in the world. I've raised my kids here. I love it here. What we offer at Santa Barbara Design Center isn't just furniture. It's a chance to turn a house into a home. What may look like a deal online, it's very different when it shows up. It's something to be said for feeling it before it becomes part of your life. We are here to help guide you through this wonderful process. We are Santa Barbara Design Center. Come start your journey with us. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are highlighting some of our favorite recent projects with designer Susan Shan. Now let's look at a beautiful Moncito cottage that Susan recently remodeled. Good morning,
Good to see
Susan.
you.
How are you?
Welcome.
Good to see you.
So, come and see our beautiful home.
It's fantastic. It's just the drive was so beautiful out here, and the whole driveway and this historic garden. Tell me a
So
little
this
bit
garden
about
was not a garden. Years ago when the owner bought this, it was really just dirt. And it was dead trees everywhere. So when we walk around, you'll see how beautiful these gardens now are. And he worked very hard to get a well and found one deep down, and now this beautiful gardens that go on and on, which are over almost 3 acres.
it. In California,
Yeah.
hitting a nice
Yeah.
well that has water is like hitting the
Oil,
gold
right?
stripe.
It's like
Yes.
oil. So when you are out in the beautiful home outside, 1910, I believe this was built. And so a lot of this had to be redone, and you'll see as we walk through. A lot of these light fixtures are all antiques that I had wired with a true candle inside with a flicker. So at night these go on and you have like an actual little flicker gas light going on. It's so lovely. They're all electrified.
I saw this fantastic oak tree that had real lanterns hanging at
Yeah,
it.
same
What's the deal with
thing.
that?
Well, these are beautiful now. This oak was a little sorry for its site years ago, but the owner has brought it back to its beautiful restoration. And the lanterns are throughout the property. You'll notice throughout when we go front and back. At nighttime, this place is magical. You think it's magical now? Nighttime.
I will come for dinner.
Come back at night. Yes.
All right, love to see what you have inside.
Let's go inside.
Let's go.
Come on in, Michael.
Oh, this house looks so fantastic.
So where do we begin? I guess we begin right here in the entry.
It's a beautiful entry.
Okay, let's look at how close we came to this. This is kind of a fun concept. It just about makes
Oh,
it.
you clear it by almost.
That's a
finished it.
designer's nightmare right there. Anyway, this is a brand new chandelier. The whole entryway has been repurposed and refocused. This is your beautiful rug. Thank you for this. I
fantastic.
love this.
I love
And
rugs.
the antique bench with the black and white feeling.
Mix up the same colors.
And then, of course, as you go up the stairs, there had been white there before and it was getting very dirty, so now we played off of the same pattern in this bench and did that same lovely pattern going up those stairs. And these are fun. So what these are, it's a father and son team that have collected nests and feathers from birds all over to Southern California, and they focus in tightly on these beautiful pieces of art and have created these wonderful art
They're on
pieces for
papyrus,
us.
right?
Yeah,
They
it's just
look beautiful.
it's very the gardens here are filled with birds, so it really makes the most sense to do something like this as you're welcoming to this beautiful home.
Very nice.
So shall we go into the
I
living
want
room?
to see that living room.
Okay, let's go in the living room.
Oh my goodness. You want to move in here and never move out?
I do, and partly it's because of you. This rug is fantastic. Tell me about the history of this.
This is one of my favorite rugs of all time. This is an old Ushak, which you picked, by the way, makes the room, I understand, is all beautiful designs, has like little turtles, little serrated leaf and lotus flowers, and it's the base of a room. I mean, you're a fabulous designer, and that's why
Thank you.
you
Thank
picked
you.
that.
Well, the colors, and I think I ended up matching the fireplace to your rug, because the fireplace, it was old craftsman fireplace, but this house deserved something more
Grander.
contemporary, more grander. So we did Santa Barbara stone cuttings and hand placed all of the stones in this fireplace, and it's just, it warms up the room, obviously, both physically and emotionally, and we love that.
Makes it a lot warmer and richer,
To bring a little
actually.
fur
Yes.
fliccati into the room for fun.
Beautiful.
The artwork in this room is interesting as well. So Lisa Christine is an artist. She's a fine art photographer that the owner has discovered in Northern California. And she's very well known. If you Google her, the Pope has endorsed her. She's got a fabulous charity which she works with women all over the world from enslavement. And so she's a great source. And so he has pieces of her fine art photography from all over the world all throughout this
Yeah,
house.
that's
So
very
as we
interesting.
walk through, you'll see some of these pieces are remarkable.
Yeah, I brought a lot of ethnic pieces into this room that actually gives a soul to it. This is a very modern, rich, and light room, but at the same time has beautiful patina of the age, and I like things that they have history to tell. When
Me too.
You go to places, some designers, they use modern crafts and cold items. To me, it's beautiful, but temporary. This thing here, just look at this, it's beautiful. The items you pick, it's just fantastic.
Well, it warms us up.
Yes.
It makes us feel like we're part of the universe and age. And this home, being built in 1910, it needs to go back a little bit in time. So I'd love to
Fantastic.
take you into the library.
Yeah, please.
But before we go in there, I need to talk to you about these amazing wooden sculptures.
They're wooden.
Well, they're not really wooden, so I kind of misled you there. They're made out of paper. So there's a famous artist named Amigo Totoros he's from Brazil. And they believe in sustainability for the land, and his whole culture about this is that he takes cardboard and he pulps it to the point of pulp, waters it down, and then creates these amazing masterpieces and lies them out in the sun so they bake and they become hardened like this.
Oh, no kidding.
And they're just such beautiful pieces of art, and they're made out of cardboard.
They
So
look
it's
like they're a stone or something. It's amazing.
So it's all about his sustainability of the earth and the planet. So I
Beautiful.
love the whole feeling about that with the rest of what's happening in this home.
Nice.
So let's go in the library.
Love
now.
to, please.
Let's read some books.
Okay, this is a nice room.
So this is your room. I mean, you helped me make these gorgeous swivel chairs that I love, that are the most comfortable.
I love those. They look actually your design actually, but they're beautiful.
But this is the room that he lives in, and it's one of his favorites. The books here and the beautiful artwork again from Lisa Christine. This piece right here, the tiger's looking right at the camera when she took this, and the calmness of the Buddhist with the tiger is so Zen-like.
That's amazing.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is wild.
Wild, it is wild.
It is wild. I like what you did here. You have this beautiful feathered shield it is. What is it?
That is actually an African juju. It's worn as a hat in Africa.
That's nice for dancing probably,
yeah,
ceremonial. And the rug you picked, that actually, I was wondering where you're gonna use it in this house, and it is here. It's fantastic.
I could take my shoes off in this and do a little jig. It's so comfortable.
Beautiful. You have a Burmese rain drum. That's nice looking. And I was looking at that beautiful.
Tell us about that, because you probably know the history. The owner found that and brought that back, I think, from
Bought it from India, yeah.
Right?
These are made of little pieces of bone that actually they get from dead camel, and then they cut the bone, and then they painted these Mughal paintings all over it. I've actually never seen this big or this detailed. It's a fantastic piece.
So interesting, and you can sit and sort of tell the whole story, can't you?
Yeah, it tells the whole story of, rich, very wealthy Mughal prince or, sultan going on a camel on a trip. Beautiful.
And then lots of poofs for comfort. And we can move these around into the living room.
You transformed this house completely.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't tell you, but I have been here 20-some years ago when the original owners had it, and that was more like a farmhouse.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
It's changed.
Did a fantastic job.
So Michael, let me tell you about this powder room. It's become now one of the favorite rooms in the house. Guests go in there and they don't come out again. This was all done and redone by pulling out the old tile and restructuring this and putting in all this great teak wood tile. And the wallpaper is papyrus that's been filling the rest of the wall. And if you kind of take yourself over to the sink, that's a petrified wood sink. They told me it's about 300 years old, so I know it's going to last a lot longer than this house will. And we've matched the teak on top there with the countertop. It's a beautiful slab of soiree wood, and then a custom mirror as well, made out of that same type of wood. And even down to the handles on the sink itself are old industrial wrought iron, beautifully done by Ferguson. And then the base of the table itself was also created in mind, taking that into account, the same matching of the handles. So this bathroom at night, and I gotta tell you, those lights up there by Cisco, when I turn one around, you'll see how special it is, but they're a wonderful light. They put out a pixelated light at nighttime in here that's it's magical. So fun little room to stop in when you need to take a break, so to speak. Let's go in the kitchen.
Okay, this is my favorite room in any house. You know that, right? Kitchen and dining rooms. I don't care about the rest.
Because you like to eat.
That's it.
So this in here is the original picture of this home back in 1910.
1910, and you can see there was nothing around here.
No, and look at the home. So Dr. James and Mary Ashby owned this property. There were actually 13 some odd acres here. This is now only 2 acres, but it was subdivided, and when they first had this, that
explains the Ashley Road.
Yeah, Ashley
that was
Road.
the first residence here.
Could you imagine
Yeah,
living
think
here
about
then?
it.
Well,
Wow.
It's still as beautiful as it was then, now, so we're lucky to be living in
I
this.
actually think it looks a little bit nicer today.
I think you're right.
I love Susan's style. She can reinvent a space and is easy to work with. I'm excited to tell you that for the past year, Susan has been working on a ground-up remodel of a home on the Santa Barbara Riviera. When we come back, we are going to give you an advanced preview of this project, which will be airing next season. We will be right back. This week on Michael's Minute, we are going to talk about rug cleaning and restoration. A fine rug is a family treasure often passed on from generation to generation. Rugs need to be properly taken care of to ensure their survival and protect your investment. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we are the foremost experts in professional cleaning, repairing, and preserving your rugs. Rugs should be hand washed every 3 to 5 years to maintain the structure. When was the last time you washed your rugs? Proper cleaning can extend the longevity of your rug, whereas steam cleaning can damage it. Restorations by Rugs & More include hand stitching, fixing fringes and sides, and reviving worn pile. For the finest restoration and cleaning, bring your rugs into Rugs & More at Santa Barbara Design Center today, 410 Olive Street. My grandfather taught me about the beauty of the rugs. Each one tells a story. Story about the person who wove it, the person who bought it, the person who inherits it, the person who treasures it. It's amazing how simply looking at an object can bring you back to a different place and time, or remind you of someone you love. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we want to help you find a rug that will travel through time with your family for generations to come. Visit us at 410 Olive Street and find your treasure today. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are showcasing the work of my friend and noted Santa Barbara designer Susan Shand. Now let's take a look at a project that Susan has been working on for the past year, which we will be highlighting next season. I can't wait to see what this project looks like when it's finished. I know it will be stunning. Thank you for joining us on Design Santa Barbara. If you enjoyed the items you saw in this episode, please come in to see them in person at Santa Barbara Design Center. See you next week.